there it is. Lost homes, disrupted lives.
And Malden should learn a lesson. What we're ending up is they're losing good tenants, people that represent the Malden community, and they're moving out. And we're getting out, we're ending up with slumlord and bad conditions, not keeping the property up. It's already started. We already have lack of maintenance. No more 24-hour service. We used to have where you had to have a man on site. This man says, oh, I have 2 men on site, I'm bringing 4 more, and he reneges right on that. So we can't trust him unless he comes and negotiates and we make a good agreement. And I think that the City of Malden officials should back us up on as good citizens who've been living here for years. Why should somebody come, an outside landlord come in and disrupt a neighborhood?
And what's really disconcerting is the round of evictions that were just given out, which I believe total 30, for a September court date of September the 6th. I am aware of 2 families that have children that are living in 1-bedroom apartments because primarily they cannot afford any other means of housing right now. But what concerns me is these buildings are so old that there is also lead paint in them. So this opens up a whole other can of inspectional and legal maneuvers.
Sure.
And my hope is that, you know, retaliatory practices aren't going to be taken upon infants. One family has a set of twins that are 4 months old, and the other family just had their baby within the past month or so.
Mm-hmm.
So Mr. Feisel will have to de-lead the apartments because it's a Massachusetts law that any unit where someone's under 6 years old, it has to be delayed. And what concerns me is what kind of retaliatory techniques he's going to use for that.
He's already given them eviction notices.
Right.
Mhm.
But I mean, when they go and they do their answer and discovery, Howard, because that comment was made, that anyone that does a discovery will, you know, automatically they'll turn the pressure up on.
In other words, he's saying discovery, we don't want to tell you anything that happened. You have to go.
Exactly.
You tell us what you want, but we're not telling you what we're willing to.
Exactly.
Back to what you said about that partitioning the bedroom. In your estimation, if he partitioned the living room and the dining room, that would be 6 single-person residents in one apartment.
Well, potentially, but I believe Massachusetts law states that you can only have 2 people in a bedroom.
Well,
This would be two. Because I used to be in real estate, many years ago, and the law was 2 heartbeats per room. So, I suppose you could try to put 6 people in there, but that wouldn't be legal. That wouldn't be lawful.
But if he subdivided the rooms,
Yes, sir.
then you have twice the number of rooms.
Oh, I understand what you're saying. You're saying that maybe he would use the dining room as a bedroom.
2 bedrooms.
Yeah.
And the living room is 2 bedrooms.
Right.
So now that would mean if you had the apartment for 1 individual, suddenly it's capable of sustaining 6 individuals.
Sure, yeah, it wouldn't be completely legal, but yes, you're right. I see your thinking.
And the internet has reported already that a large part of Alpha's Management Corp's clientele are students.
Yes.
So-
this is nothing to say against students. I mean, many of us were students at one time. I was a student at one time, and I would like to think that, you know, I was a responsible student, but I don't know. Certainly students are transient. They're just passing through. They're only there for 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 years or whatever the situation may be, and they're gone. And sometimes there's a lot of, you know, transition with students. I find it surprising that, you know, that's the clientele that he would like to bring in. Why displace long-term residents, people who have lived in the apartments, who have been paying the rent all the time, who were looking out for the property, looking out for the apartment, really invested in the community. Why he would want to remove those people is a mystery to me.
Well,
It is a mystery to me.
Perhaps he's looking at the numbers. 6 students at $600 a month is $3,600 a month. That's certainly more than any one of those apartments is bringing in now.
True, but you have to look at the community. You have to look at the wear and tear and the conditions of the apartment when 6 people are living in an apartment like that. I think there's more important things, as Howard was addressing earlier. There's more important things than money. Like
You
people.
and I can agree on that. We have our reservations, though, on the Alpha Management Corporation. They are in business to generate a cash flow, and we know historically Alpha Management has a great deal to do with many students in the Boston area. And this historically has never been a problem, but now Malden has a subway. To be sure, it's part of Boston Subway, but we have a station within walking distance of all 3 of these apartments.
Yes.
And we see where this is eventually going. And that is one of the things we wanted to bring to the viewer, is the case against Alpha's management's sense of values and methodology.
And their greed.
Their greed, yes. They're a cash flow machine. They excel in this. They will maximize the cash flow out of any property. But in the process, people lose homes and have disrupted lives. You, the viewer, have to consider this when you're judging the morality and the worthwhileness that Alpha Management Corporation is bringing to the Malden community.
And one more thing, Alpha Management has stated that they wanted to start their businesses here in the Malden area and buying a lot of the apartment buildings that are up for sale. So what's happening at Pleasant Street, Washington Street, and Fells Way is kind of like a prelude to what could happen to the entire community if they obtained more properties. There'd be many disrupted lives, broken homes, and people that wouldn't have homes, and that are in the same situation that we're in right now. So what we're facing today could be someone else's tomorrow.
What we ask is, we're not asking not for a rent raise. We're asking to have negotiations to be fair and equal on each side. And any outfit that says, we don't want to negotiate, we don't want to talk to people, we'll talk to you individually, we'll divide you people up. That's a poor business practice. But he would come negotiate, talk to the people, let us work out our differences, find out what's best in the interest of all. You can make your profit, but don't make it on the profit. If you made a poor business decision on buying, don't take it out on the tenants that are there to pay for your mortgage.
Anyone want to add any more to this?
I just say I don't see intimidating people by using the law. Do by negotiating. Talk to people. You get more done if you put the cards on the table, see what's happening, and make a decision. We're just asking for fair treatment. We're not asking for, everybody says, oh, you're getting a free ride. I remember he said, this is a honeymoon. You weren't paying, we were paying market rate for what we had.
And this is the case we bring to you. As Damon suggests, if nothing is said and Alpha Management is allowed to proceed on its own pace, we will see more of this and more of this. That during the school year doubles or triples in population. In the summer months, it's empty. But you will not have the diverse population that we have now. These properties bring to you workers of all levels and all classes. Some of them are in science, many are in human services, and some are technologists. But all of them are human beings. And today, so far, Alpha Management has not recognized these tenants as human beings. First of all, they do not communicate person to person, only by slipping love notes under the door.
Well, Robert, that's funny that you say that, because I'll say to some of my friends as I see them around, have you gotten any little friendly notes this week? Which is the code word for an eviction notice. So I would agree with you. Love notes, friendly notes, hate mail, whatever you want to call it. That is how they are communicating. It's a one-way communication system.
Calvin, have you something in particular that you would like to point out about the demeanor of such communications you've had with Alpha Management Corp?
Well, I mean, I could go on and say many things, because I've actually I had a conversation with Mr. Anwar Faisal. There wouldn't be anything that I could add that Howard or Damon, has already stated, just to say that they're exactly right. I mean, in my own dealings with, Anwar Faisal, it doesn't seem to treat you as a person. I mean, they're really just looking at their own profits. So I wouldn't necessarily have anything new to add.
Thank you.
I think we surprised them. MTU is organized. I'm proud of the people. They know they can stand up for their rights, and they're standing united, and they're showing the city of Malden what people can do if they stick together. We want our rights. There's landlord right. Everybody talks about the landlord. He has a right to go up. He can charge whatever he wants, which is an exaggeration. But when you look at it, you look at the law, tenants have rights too. So we're pushing for our rights, and we like to have people know that tenants do have rights, and people should speak out.
For the viewer, MTU is the acronym for Malden Medford Tenants Union. It has a website, maldentenantsunion.com. And, of course, the Patch, which is the website newspaper, Malden Patch, from time to time carries bits and information of this controversy between the Malden Tenants Union and the Alpha Management Corporation, which is the maintenance and day-to-day operations of the property held by Hillside Properties Corporation. Both corporations are owned by Anwar Faisal.
I just urge all members, all the tenants in our place to stay united. Malden, united, we will win this fight.